Get ready to match the stars from Chips, Robert Pine, Brett Summers, Charles Nelson Riley. From WKRP in Cincinnati, Lonnie Anderson. From The Price is Right, Bob Barker and Patty North. As we play the star-studded Big Money Match Game 78. And now, here's the star of Match Game 78, Gene Rayburn.
Hey, John. Ready? Are you ready? All right, follow me into the living room where I greet all of our guests assembled here today. I greet you one and all, and thank you for showing up. The drinks will be served later.
You know something?
What?
I'm not going to be mean to Charles today. You know why?
Why?
I suddenly remembered how much I missed him when he went away and did his play in New York for 4 months.
Yes.
And I was so sad that I'm going to be nice to him all day.
Terrific. Wonderful. Now listen, I got just 2 short letters. No, wait.
Like
just
an old lady's act.
Yes. 2 short letters here. Where did you get that word howsomever you've been tossing around with reckless abandonment, lady? I don't find it in my dictionary. What lexicon are you using? Or are you just checking to see if anyone is watching your show? Well, probably that's right. Now let's get these all out of the way here.
What word was it? What word was it?
What was
You know when I say to the lady here, when I go to spin the wheel, I say, howsomever, you could double your money.
Howsomever,
Yeah.
oh.
Mr. Rayburn, I was watching Match Game 78 today, and I was surprised to hear that you and the other people on the program don't know what Afternoon Delight is. I thought that most everybody in California knew what was happening these days.
I know
Afternoon
what it
Delight
is.
happens to be a well-known song recorded in 1976 by the Starland Vocal Band. In the song, Afternoon Delight means making love in the afternoon instead of waiting until it gets dark.
We did know what
There's
it
more.
was.
Please remember, Mr. Rayburn, when you hear a phrase from the audience match that you've never heard of before, it's not that it was a strange group that day, it's you, and you're not with them. Now let's all welcome Loretta Fenner. Hello, Loretta. We'd like to find out a little bit about you. Tell us where you're from, anything you wish to contribute.
Well, originally from northern New York, but now from Oceanside, California since 1973.
Yeah.
I'm a retired art teacher. I have a daughter and 2 sons and 9 grandchildren and 6 3/4 great-grandchildren.
Well.
My hobbies...
Yeah?
My hobbies
Now wait,
are...
you've already told us about your hobbies, Loretta.
Well, extracurricular ones are
You rascal, go ahead anyway.
gardening and watercolor and square dancing.
You like gardening?
Oh, very much.
So do I. You know what I've been using? I live in the ocean, I take seaweed and I mulch it into the ground and I have the biggest tomatoes you've ever seen in your life.
I'm sure you do.
Right.
And so does your wife.
Oh, you rascal. Now we're going to do a little commercial, Loretta, before we start the game, and then we'll give you a question of here, A, or B. Okay? Watch this. Okay. Here we go. Now, Loretta, you may have A or B.
I'd like B for Buddy, my oldest son.
B for Buddy, your oldest son. Say, did you hear that King Kong has joined the circus?
No.
King Kong has joined the circus. He's got a spectacular act. He's the only one in the world who juggles blanks.
Oh, sweetheart, I was looking at you so intently because you look so cute.
King Kong has joined the circus. Got a spectacular act. The only one in the world who juggles blanks.
Gene, I thought I had that. Howsomever, I'm not sure.
Howsomever?
Howsomever, I'm not sure of
Howsomever,
my
you're not
answer.
sure. No, I don't think that's in any dictionary. I agree with that lady. I just...
Oh, I use that word all the time.
You do.
Howsomever, I get mail about it.
Did you hear, Loretta, that King Kong has joined the circus and he has a spectacular act? He's the only one in the world who juggles blanks.
Skyscrapers.
Skyscrapers. Very good, Loretta. That little old art teacher's on the ball there.
Teacher's on the ball.
Yeah.
I was one of the smartest kids in my class, so of course I would agree with that. Buildings.
That's it. There it is. Okay.
I'm not very, I know I've been doing this show a long time, but I'm not the most secure person in the world when I do it. I looked over and he had Pathetic Award written down. I said, it's right, I've got it right. Building.
Building.
But he made me doubt myself.
Why don't you think buildings is a good answer?
no,
because there's two
I wrote-
things
I wrote
associated
this
with
for
them. Now-
myself,
Wait, oh, no,
you
wait.
see,
Two
and
things
she's the one that
associated.
thought
Wait a
it
minute.
was for
With
her
the star
because-
is speaking here. Now wait a minute here, buddy. When I'm
See how
talking,
he
you
gets
shut
in the-
up.
in the brown
Do you understand me? See, there are two things associated with King Kong. Myrna Loy, or girls, you see.
Myrna
Myrna Loy.
Well,
Fay
Fay
Wray.
Ray, or
Well,
whatever.
Fay Ray.
All right, Fay Ray. She looks a little like
Better
Myrna
pull
Loy.
yourself together. Go ahead.
And buildings, because he.
Torso. And buildings. Yes, I said elephant.
Why would you say that? That's a perfectly rotten answer if I've ever heard one there. He gave himself the Pathetic Award. Okay. King Kong is a spectacular act, only one in the world who juggles buildings or skyscrapers. What do you say to that?
Well, from one former art teacher to another,
Really?
I said
Are you a
building.
former art teacher? All right.
You and Charles Nelson mentioned Fay Ray and Myrna Loy, both of whom were before my time.
Naturally. Yeah.
But he did hold girls. I said girls.
Girls,
Juggle
yeah.
girls. That's the first time I have ever had applause on this show. And I want to thank this very discerning audience.
Don't spoil them, folks. Okay, Patty, do it. He's the only one in the world who juggles.
I sort of liked his answer. I didn't think it was that bad.
You didn't think it was that bad?
Elephants.
You said elephant? Okay, well, I guess it would be a difficult feat. Anyway, she did 3 in her first round, which is difficult, isn't it, Robin?
Yes.
Gloria said, I'm never going back to that rotten shoe store. I asked the salesman for a pair of pumps, and that idiot brought out 2 blank pumps.
You know, if Robin Marker,
Yes.
Rob Marker married Bob Barker, her name would be Mrs. Rob Bob Marker Barker. You know that?
It took him 4 days to figure out. Married
If
to
Kitty Carlisle were married to Conway Twitty, her name would be Kitty Twitty. That's from a song. Gloria said, I'm never going back to that rotten shoe store. I asked the salesman for a pair of pumps, and that idiot brought out 2 blank pumps.
Gasoline pumps?
Gasoline pumps, eh? She said gasoline pumps. An unlikely possibility to occur over here. However, we will follow the rules and call on all of you.
Use.
Thank you very much. Robin and I are right on the right track. We're going to run off after this show and spend some of our money.
Oh, I don't believe it.
Yes.
Well, there you go. You can't call them all.
No. Good gravy,
Did
Marie.
you say gasoline pumps?
Heavens, no, sweetheart, you can't fit a gasoline. You know my logic.
2
You know how
gasoline
logical and
pumps.
sensible
2
I am.
gasoline pumps.
No, you couldn't get it in the back of the store. I said bicycle.
Bicycle pumps. 2
I own a boat, water.
water pumps. Water pumps. Okay, Lonnie, what do you say?
I said gasoline pumps.
Gasoline pumps. Well, I will stick my neck out and say, call a rotten answer when I see one, and I'm wrong.
Robin, will you marry me? Gas pump.
She's marrying me, Bob. I got her.
Marry him, he's got gas. Ring-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding. Okay, Patty.
Oh, Gene, one thing about you, you have good taste. I'll tell you.
Yes.
Sewage.
Sewage pump. We have a tie score at the end of the first round. 3-3, ladies. Now this for thee. Here we go. Now we go to round 2, and Larita, you can have A or B.
I'll take B again.
B again. Okay. This is it. Harry said, you don't play. 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 Harry said, I'm never going back to that sleazy bar. Not only did the beer have a head on it, it had a blank on it. Not only did the beer have a head on it, it had a blank on it. Okay? Harry said, I'm never going back to that sleazy bar. Not only did the beer have a head on it, it had a blank on it.
It had a tail on it.
Had a girl, you got the right answer. There really is no right or wrong here, but that's pretty good.
Well, I said it had a head, it had a hair on it.
Hair on the head there.
I'm sorry.
What did you say? Yes.
I said it had a tail on it.
Tail there. Very good. That's 4 for Loretta. Show us your tail. Show Loretta your tail.
Settle for a fly?
No, I won't settle for a fly. Okay, she's got 4. Robin, that means you need 1 to tie and 2 to win. Marvin said, I sent away for a do-it-yourself crushed ice machine, and it was a rip-off. All I got was an iceberg and blank. That's all I got was an iceberg and blank. 4, Robin Marker. Marvin said, I sent away for a do-it-yourself crushed ice machine, and it was a rip-off. All I got was an iceberg and...
A hammer?
And a hammer. Okay. Iceberg and hammer. What'd you say, Brett?
Get ready for this, Gene. Get ready.
Get ready.
Get ready.
We are ready.
You'll like it. Trust me, you're gonna like it.
Robin won't like
nice.
it.
It's like an iceberg and an Eskimo. Somebody just jumped your...
Now, wait a minute, Brett. As you can plainly see, they loved it.
I was going to say hammer because that's how... I was going to say hammer because that's how I do it, but I said pick. I thought you would say
Pick. Now, you got to match the weirdo here, Robin, to stay in the game and achieve a tie. That's the best you can do at this moment because she's your last hope. Here
I'm this woman's last hope.
You are her last hope.
A hammer.
Aha! Okay. Now we go to tiebreaker. Loretta, you can have A or B. The one who's matched the most, 1 question, and that'll be the winner. Okay.
B as usual.
What?
B as usual.
B as usual. Fred said, I just saw a horse eat some marijuana.
Oh, boy.
It was the first time I ever saw a horse blank. First time I ever saw a horse blank. First time I ever saw a horse blank. All right, Loretta. Fred said, I just saw a horse eat some marijuana. You know what that is?
I've heard.
The funny cigarettes. You've been a school teacher, you know. I just saw a horse eat some marijuana. It was the first time I ever saw a horse blank.
A horse high.
A horse high.
High. I don't know. Not much experience with marijuana.
Well, what's that?
Not much experience with marijuana.
Really?
No.
You could have fooled me. Well, Loretta, there's another cute little answer here that I think they have in mind.
I think it's the same thing. I mean, high, you fly.
Fly.
That's
See, there's
close
little place
enough.
First time I ever saw a horse fly.
Right. That would be it.
Yes.
Sorry.
We try so hard. Yes.
Come fly with me.
Fly seems to be the answer.
Come fly with...
Yes.
Frank Sinatra.
Okay. What do you say, man?
Hi.
Hi. Hi. Well, but we have to see it in writing.
Oh. Hi.
Hi. Sweet lady's looking for a high horse.
But I said fly.
Horsefly.
I think Loretta is very cute and very sweet, but I said fly.
Fly. Everyone got the idea here. Practically everyone. Yes.
Fly, man.
Fly, man. Okay. So that's 1 for her, and that means you need 1 to tie and 2 to win, but right now we've got this for you. Where? Oh, yeah. Where? Okay, Robin. Now you need 1 to tie, 2 to win. This is it. Melvin said, my wife is really energy conscious. Instead of using the oven, she balanced a cake on her head and baked it in the blank. My wife is really energy conscious. Instead of using the oven, she balanced the cake on her head and baked it in the blank. All right. All right, here we go, Robin. Melvin said my wife is really energy conscious. Instead of using the oven, she balanced a cake on her head and baked it in the blank.
Sun?
In the sun? I don't know.
I don't know either.
I have no idea what answers will occur here, but you need one sun to tie and two to win.
That clinched it, Robin. You and I are going off together.
Aha! Okay, Brett.
Well, I'm glad for Robin, but I'm sorry for Lorita's son.
All right, that means Robin wins the game. What do the rest of you have? All right. We'll use a little spot there. Lorita, I'm sorry to see you go.
Oh, I've had a wonderful
time. We're going to send you some gifts, all kinds of wonderful things that Johnny
Sure.
Olson talks about from
Sure.
time to time. May I shake your hand?
Yes, I had a wonderful time.
I'm glad you
It was a
were
real
here, Lorita.
adventure.
Thank you for Match Game 78. Goodbye, Lorita. Here we go, Robin. We polled the studio audience not too long ago, and we said you write down your best answer to this. Harold blank. Now, if you match the answer, remember that they wrote down most often, you get $500, $250 for the second most popular, and $100 for the third. And remember, you can have some help from 3 of our 6 stars.
Lonnie? Harold Hill from Music Man.
Harold Hill from
Professor
Music.
Harold Hill?
Yeah, Professor Harold Hill. You got trouble in River City.
Bob?
Harold Lloyd.
Harold Lloyd, famous comedian of the silent era.
Brett?
This may be a little old. Do you think that's...
Forget it. Let me help you. Look, it happens to have a cult now, and it's...
I had that first.
Well, that's the main
That's
thing.
it. I had that first.
Good.
All right, I'll go back to it. Harold and Maude.
Harold and Maude is a motion picture that was played recently. Okay, Harold and Maude, Harold Hill, and Harold Lloyd are the 3 they gave you. If you got a better idea and you want to use it, it's your option to do so at this time.
What were they again?
Harold and Maude, Harold Lloyd, and Harold Hill. Hill was a character in The Music Man. He was the lead character.
Who was Harold Lloyd?
And Harold Lloyd was a famous motion picture star in the silent era. He was
I'll
a
go with Harold Lloyd.
Harold Lloyd, okay. Let's see if Harold Lloyd is up there, and if so, where? May we see the $100 number. Harold and Maude is an answer that was given to you by Brett. Had a way to go. Okay. May we see the next one, please? Harold Robbins. You what?
I thought of that one, but I didn't think it'd be up there.
Yeah, well, he's up there. Harold Robbins, very famous fella. All right, last chance for Harold Lloyd. Let us light it. You got it. Very good. Attaboy, Bob. Okay, so you got another $500. You have a total of $11,200 at this moment. And the least you can be playing for now, before we spin the wheel, is 10 times that amount, or $5,000, howsoever. If you spin it and get the double, you play for $10,000. Here we go. Let's all hope she gets the double. Yep. You got it. Another double for Robin Marker. She's very good at that. And here we go, Brent. It says on this card, flaming blank. Flaming blank. There it is.
There it is.
Yep. Flaming blank. Okay. Now, Robin, if you give us the answer that Brett has written on the card, we give you $10,000. Flaming.
Dessert? Yeah or no?
If you think she's right, hold up your hand. 3 people, 8 people. All right, she said flaming dessert will match you, Brett.
Sorry, I said flaming red.
Flaming red. Flaming Sword? No, there was one that came to my mind. Like Flaming Youth.
But I
Flaming
thought
Youth?
she wouldn't. I put down Flaming Youth.
Did you think of Flaming Youth?
No, I thought of Flaming Heart and Flaming Dessert.
Flaming Heart and Flaming Dessert are the only two things she thought of.
Gene,
Okay,
I hate
what?
to say this, but I think Flaming Youth was out of Fay Ray's day.
Oh, it was, no doubt. Well, Semper Paratus. Okay. Now, Robin, you've got $11,200, and you will continue to be our champion, but first we've got to do a little business with America. Gene Rabineau, join us next time for Match Game 78. Thank you all. You were wonderful. Goodbye.
This is Johnny Olson speaking for Match Game 78, a Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production. This program was edited for broadcast.